Minasan konnichiwa. Watashi wa Owen desu. Kore wa Kanako desu. Kyou wa Atami ni ikimasu. Nothing is happier than traveling with your family. Today we are going to Atami in Shizuoka Prefecture. This is my first time to travel with my family, my wife and my son, going to Atami using the bullet train or the Shinkansen. So if you're coming from Tokyo Station going to Atami Station, it will take you just 50 minutes via Tokaido Shinkansen. Right now, I am focusing my camera to capture a random view of the cities that we will pass through. Everyone can testify that while you are on board in a Shinkansen, you will notice a smooth traveling. This is because this bullet train uses magnetic levitation, suspending the train in the mid-air, thus preventing the friction in the railways. Therefore, this type of train remains to be the fastest in the world with a speed of 300 to 600 kilometers per hour. This travel is undeniably relaxing and spectacular. What a very nice experience. Tokaido Shinkansen will pass through different cities, and it has to stop to 4 different stations before Atami. From Tokyo, it will stop over with Shinagawa, Shin-Yokohama, Odawara, and finally Atami. Staying at the window side of the Shinkansen poses many advantages in maximizing your view. Oh, finally I can see the ocean. It means we are near to Atami Station. So we finally arrive at Atami Station. At this moment, we pass by the city proper, and we are looking for a restaurant where we could eat our lunch. I am amazed with this station. There are lots of stuffs, food souvenirs, and different items where you can take. The souvenir items that they are selling in every corner of this street would definitely remind you about your travel here in Atami. It's truly spectacular. I notice it is common in Japan that their marketplace is covered in order to protect their products and the customers from rain and sunlight. So here is a place where you can buy lots of food items and souvenirs that are truly Japanese. Shopping here, walking, or just simply window shopping is very comfortable. You can really enjoy. What a wonderful experience to be immersed in this kind of market. I wasn't able to film the food that we ate because it's awkward to always document the food that you're eating here in Japan, but we already took our lunch to one of these pristine restaurants. The streets are typically Japanese. It's very clean and very organized. Oh, at last, we already arrived at the gates of Kyunkaku, a historical landmark in Atami, particularly in Shizuoka Prefecture in Japan. Kyunkaku was built in 1919 as a private villa by a businessman of shipbuilding. His name was Nobuya Ushida. This was one of the top 3 most famous and prestigious private villas in Atami City that time. In the year 1947, just after the war, the private villa became a ryokan. This is a Japanese traditional inns to serve the guest before the end of the 20th century. Currently, Kyunkaku is owned and managed by Atami City government and became a preserved significant cultural property of Japan. This annex of the Kyunkaku is what you call Kongo, a Western-style cottage which Kaiichiro Nezu had built in 1921. Obviously, it is characterized by a Western-style interior. It is a clear indication that Japanese people also had collaborated with the Western people, particularly the European. This is a golden fancy Roman bathroom. The style of this room is so lavish and it symbolizes tranquility and prosperity during those days. From the window of this cottage, you can see a leafy garden made in the Showa era. This important cultural property has preserved many artifacts and culture symbols of Japan, where people nowadays wants to promote the arts and culture and history of Japan and with its collaboration with the Western people. These are among the several rooms dedicated for museums and gallery of arts, both ancient and contemporary Japanese art. One thing that I love most to Japanese architecture is that they are designed to maximize illumination and view connection to the nature. This is a museum area where they showcase the different tapestries and different arts of the ancient Japan. Atami is very popular when it comes to hot springs, and this shows the public bath. I am highly fascinated with the cultural touch of this area, particularly the arts, ikebana, and the simplicity of Japanese calligraphy. This room is what you call kirin, and it was created in 1919. Its traditional architectural beauty carries the influence of Taisho era. What you see is a Japanese rickshaw, a cart being pulled by a man instead of a horse. This place is very overwhelming and fascinating. There is no word that would best describe this place, as if you went back in time. If you visit Atami, please come to Kyunkaku. This is just a 20-minute walk from Atami Station. Basically, there is an entrance fee of 610 yen for adults. Before you enter, there is an entrance fee to be paid at the counter. It's just 610 yen for adults and 460 yen if you have an Atami one-day pass. For students, they only require to pay 360 yen. And you can spend at least 3 hours navigating all the different rooms. We are currently taking the coastal highway heading to our hotel, the Tokyo Harvest Club Atami Izuzan. We will be spending the rest of the 3 days vacation here. I am looking forward to seeing you joining to my adventure in Atami. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Mata ne!